Howdy, folks. It's Johan, your favorite little ink blob, back at it today with some more murders at Karlov Manor. Um, Yesterday we had a pretty decent run with the sort of gruel aggro-esque deck and not opening a Massacre Girl. I think that was probably one of our best moves so far. Um, Apologies for yet another late start. Turns out sometimes the ink bottle is nice and warm and cozy, and outside is not. But we got there. So, we're here. We're gonna have some fun. Let's draft. Okay. Well, I say it's always the last one. Unsurprisingly, it's almost like that's how it works. Alright, blue deck wins. Do they have the format solved? Corvus. Bada boom boom chow. Love that. Alright. Vicious interrogation. You get to investigate for quite a bit, so kind of a cute draw spell. Probably not a first pick, though. Bulrak Clan Basher, I think, can do some very impressive stuff. I do like flyers. Crime Stopper Sprite, I think, is also just very solid. Coerce to Kill is a bit expensive, but has done me well. I think probably starting with Crime Stopper Sprite is our best option here. It's nice and evasive, it synergizes well with stuff. Can really help with the aggressive beats, especially in the blue-white deck. Analyze the Pollen, solid card. Just a little expensive for limited, I think. Flotsam Jetsam. I really like Jetsam, even though we haven't had a lot of opportunities to play with it. I think that is a great card to go into from a first pick blue card. Audience with Tristani. Yeah, another, I guess you've got clues and whatnot, but does not feel great in limited, I think. Okay, Assassin's Trophy. Doesn't really work well with the things that we've picked up until now, though. But might be assigned Pivot into Golgari, which would still let us cast Jetsam, but... So, Exit Specialist, I think, is quite solid. Has an opportunity to be played down on turn 2 to have some impact, and can bounce stuff. I think that's quite good. Cold Case Cracker, I think, is also incredible. Museum Night Watch might be a pretty good one to go into, but I think we'll sort of stick blue, keep our options open. Assassin's Trophy is incredible removal. I always have a little bit of trouble knowing when to use it, because I'm so worried about giving them a land. Okay, Fairy Snoop, again, have not been super impressed with. Reasonable Doubt might be the pick here. We could also... Oh, it does give Vigilance. I had not noticed that about it before. That might actually be a decent piece of equipment. Defenestrated Phantom. It's kind of pip heavy when we're not fully committed to doing the white-blue thing, but I do like taking Wrench, I think. Fey Flight, I think, can be quite solid. Unauthorized Exit, good bounce spell. Or another decent creature that... I really like turn 2 plays that you're happy to play out on turn 2 in this format. Because there is so much disguise. Having something that impacts the board early and that you don't feel, because like exit specialist, you can play early, but you're really tempted to wait until 3 with it. So I think I really like the Market Watch Phantom here. Make your move, I've actually been quite happy with as a removal spell. That can also zot some other scary things. Not a lot of artifacts to worry about, but there are certainly some enchantments that having the option to simply make them go away is fantastic. Also, it doesn't fall prey to the trap that a lot of removal spells, a lot of the removal spells in this format, you really need to be thinking about disguise. You're not thinking about disguise at all with this. You're thinking about the disguise once it's been flipped up. Burden of Proof, +2/+2. So a combat trick on a detective we control. And otherwise, kind of sort of a removal spell, although it doesn't get rid of scary abilities. That's a cute... I think we take the removal spell / combat trick. I do think we're probably in the detective stack. Although maybe should have taken the creature. That does seem to be a consistent problem for me. Is taking enough creatures sometimes. Okay, forensic researcher. It's probably a little slow, but can be an engine for collect evidence-y shenanigans. Crocodile, we can do as a 5/5 turn face up, but I think we take the 3-drop for now. Not playing any of these, so I will just take the rare for value. Out Cold. Not super happy to pick up, but I think is decent. Reasonable Doubt, sure. So looking for some creatures and some good top end, I think. We aren't really committed to white. We did see some good green going around, so we might pivot more into Simic, but the white that we do have, I like a fair bit. No. No, 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 no. Well, hopefully that is not too bad of a sign. I do, oh man, I really like both the Perimeter Forcer and the Private Eye. We don't have a lot to work with the Prophet's Eidetic Memory yet, but it does keep us in just blue for potential pivot purposes, and I think it can get really out of hand, so I am going to go for it. Okay, don't think we're splashing red. Seasoned Consultant, I think is quite sweet. I think feels pretty good solidifying into white. Slimy Dual Leech, I don't think goes well with what we've already got. Curious Cadaver, I don't think we have enough clues. Although I do think in the right deck, Curious Cadaver is insane value, especially since I think flying is very huge against some of the decks. Essence of Antiquity, no. Surveillance Monitor, I think is a decent sort of mid-top end. Although Granite Witness, 3/2 Vigilancy Flyer, that you potentially get some cool surprise advantage with, I think is fantastic. The second Prophet's Eidetic Memory? Well, Due Diligence isn't terrible. Unfortunately, it is legendary. But I find that really funny. I'm going to do it. We may not run both, but I enjoy the idea of it too much. Okay. I think absolutely take another Granite Witness here. I think that is great sort of top end if we're kind of more low to the ground here. Case file auditor. Solve a case, look at the top 6. So, okay. So, can filter through for more cases. Or, thinking cap might be fairly good in our deck. We've got how many? We're at 7 detectives. But I do think we'll find those a lot more than we'll get more museum night watches. 3-2 that leaves behind a 2-2, I think is quite amazing. Good value. No, not caught red-handed. Projector Inspector combos well with our double profts and other detectives. I do feel like there's not a whole... I don't think there's a huge number of clues that I have found in the blue-white deck. I might just be glossing over some of them, but I often find it's the card draw from the detective synergy. I do think we might... I think Burden of Proof is quite decent. I think we might take the Deduce here. Okay, I guess we pick up a Due Diligence. I think we take the Deduce. Probably not the right pick, but I do want to play around with it, with the second draw trigger. Or second draw sort of each turn dealio. 5 mana 4/3 flyer. Sure. What a noise. I was kind of going, oh, this is not a great draw spell, and I think in the grand scheme of things, it's not, but it does allow you to sort of delay the second draw, which in the blue-white second time you draw type of deck is, I think, exactly what you're looking for. It's kind of like being able to crack a fetch in a landfall deck. Ooh, Nyx Weaver. Some of the cards that pop up in Limited are so strange because of how things are going. Makeshift Binding is fantastic removal. I do like Fixing. I am taking this partly because it's rare. I think Makeshift Binding is probably the better pick, but I really am trying to get to set completion. Okay. Sudden Setback, I think, is kind of expensive to be holding up. We don't have a huge number of disguise creatures for that to work out with, or at least not late game ones, where we can sort of occupy the same space. We're not taking a turn off. Has the Vigilante. I feel like a lot of our creatures are a little bit bigger than that. It might just be another Granite Witness. I think it's another Granite Witness. It's a detective that just really beats in the air, so absolutely. Market Watch Phantom. Another solid 2-drop. Again, I don't think we've got the clues for the benthic criminologists, so let's take 2-drops that we're happy to play out and run out that early. I don't think we want another wrench. I don't know if Jaded Analyst... I think we do actually have a fair number of 2-drops. I don't think we need the 4th Granite Witness. So I am going to rare draft. It's one of those I really love playing limited. I also feel sad when I run out of resources in limited, so I like to have cards to play around with after the fact. Okay. Kylox, I don't think we particularly need. Especially, I do think a second Night Watch gives us some good selection in our 4 slot, so I will absolutely pick that up happily. So we can make 3 cuts at this point. I suspect we'll probably want to be cutting some non-creature spells. Relive the past. Well, I don't think there is anything else for us here. I was actually... we might cut behind the mask, so... since it's already on the chopping block, I think certainly not. Reasonable Doubt might not be the worst, since it can kind of be early. I do like another Crime Stopper sprite. Out Cold might not be the worst. We do have a kind of full 4 slot though, so let's try cutting that. Criminologist, another Flotsam Jetsam. Guess we don't have a lot in the 5 slot. And we are a little more synergistic. Case of the Filched Falcon, not Falchion. Falchion would be a bit hard to filch. Investigate, 3 or more artifacts, and then... yeah, but I don't think we've got enough being produced for that. Another Crime Stopper sprite. We'll probably end up cutting 1, but... sure, we'll take whatever here. Since we are a little cheaper, Due Diligence might actually be really great as sort of a tempo-y thing. Where's the culprit? Sure. So that might actually make the mask a bit better. Or behind the mask. Okay. Alright, so 4 cuts. Let's do type creature. Yeah. Funny how that works out. I do think Behind the Mask is on the chopping block then. As much as I want to. It is legendary. I think we cut one of the profts. Deduce, I really want to try. I think it's too cute. And then... these can come down on 3, and 4 is not that unattainable. It might be a sprite? No, it should probably be a 4-drop. Okay, how much collect evidence do we have, I should ask. So, we have... nope. Nope. So, 3... 4... only 4 collect evidence. It does make flyers. We do have some collect evidence, but I think it's probably the surveillance monitor. So we've got basically 2 pieces of removal. Howdy, Cholera. How's it going? We ended up drafting blue-white again. Seems to be a habit. And we saw the 4th Massacre Girl. Well, I was hoping we could make it work. We don't have enough, creatures, I think, to support the double legendary enchantment with double Proft's Eidetic Memory. But Yep, Azorius detectives. Um, we saw the fourth massacre girl in pack 2. That was our first pick open, so the doom hangs over us, but I didn't pick it. Hopefully, because it's far away from us, we'll survive. Um, Looking to make one more cut here, and it hurts because I think it might be a creature in our 4 slot. I think it might be the surveillance monitor. I like the 3 toughness. We do have some collect evidence synergy, but I think curve-wise, this is what we're looking at. Due diligence might also be on the chopping block, but I think we actually can take advantage of it since we have some 2-drops that we want to play down on too. And we've got a lot of flying evasive stuff, which, as I've learned, on my end, is oftentimes a death sentence. So, hopefully, we get to use it to stomp on some other folks today. My goodness, I don't even really have an Azorius, oh, Teferi, I suppose.
You'll thank me later.
Thop thop. And I like that sleeve for it. We will put a mournful Prophet's eidetic memory up there, thinking of what could have been. Oh. Sick. Hit my vault. No, do not discard. We are done. Vault. Huzzah. Bound to happen on occasion. Alrighty. Well, let's see if the mere presence of Massacre Girl in the draft is enough to curse us, or if we're going to have a good day. Kamui. Okay. Turn 1 tap land into a reasonable 2-drop, and some other cards. I like it. We're fighting an automaton. It's very eepy. Alright, what have we got on top of the deck? Museum Night Watch. I think we can afford keeping the 4-drop. We've got a few more draws to get there, and it can also disguise, so it's not like we're doing something intrinsically uncastable for this hand. Oh no, a reach creature? What are we supposed to do? Well, at least this turn we can tap it down. A reach creature that can grow. Is this format crazy? Okay. And we draw a land. I think we try just cracking in. I assume they block something. Alright. And we'll run out the Night Watch. And next turn, if we draw a land, we even potentially get to Exit Specialist bounce in 1 turn. Or Exit Specialist and Phantom. Investigate. In that case, I feel totally comfortable attacking with the 3-2, so I think we're going to run out the Exit Specialist face down. Triggers flying there, and I feel totally comfortable attacking in with everything, keeping on the beats. And yeah, you do not trade the elephant there, I can't imagine. It's only reducing 1 power off my board. We've got something kinda tempo-y. Okay. Dig and draw. Make it a 4-4 that can attack with impunity. No blocks. A face down card. Well, I think we run out the Crime Stopper sprite and tap down their reach creature and hold up the bounce. Because I think I am very okay if they trade I guess it prevents us from attacking in with the exit specialist, but I don't think we were doing that anyway. And I'm very okay if they want to trade their disguise creature or the eavesdropper for our 3/2. Yeah, I feel fantastic about that. I was considering bouncing it, but I didn't want to give them the extra investigate value. So I think we run that on out. Get more power and toughness on the board. And we've got 2 options for dealing with something relatively large. Like, I'm pretty happy about this board state. Okay. And it looks like they were unhappy about the board state, which means I correctly assessed the situation, I suppose. Alrighty. Moving swiftly onwards. I think a lot of times when I've been playing the blue-white or blue-black decks, they seem to have really amazing tempo. Blue has a lot of good flyers, and there is not a lot of reach in the set, I'm finding. So against decks that aren't also dealing with kind of tempo-y flyers, it feels very powerful. The white, I think, adds a lot of good synergy. Oh, Gunsy, howdy! How's it going? We have won our first game with some Azorius detectives, and we saw a 4th Massacre Girl after my 3 unlucky Massacre Girl runs. So a little nervous, but we didn't take it. Hopefully we'll be fine. Nanit. Okay. That's the hope. First game went pretty swimmingly. So this is basically a 5-card hand, with the Granite Witness being kind of slow, because we don't have a white source. On the draw, I might be tempted, but on the play, we don't get to take advantage of the aggression, so I think we mulligan. I think this is a lot better. And I think we ditch the Flotsam Jetsam, because I think we're just trying to get in low and not so slow. Phantom. So I think we're probably disguising out next turn. The question is, do we disguise out the Witness or the Museum Night Watch? They both have similar... Ooh, Burden of Proof can do some fun stuff. I think this is better for getting in damage and has more upside from flipping it up, whereas this is, we're just kind of happy to run out as is, so I think we do Granite Witness, get flying with it, and then next turn we probably attack, leaving the option to flip up Granite Witness and Burden of Proof, and if they don't do anything spooky, we can just run out the Museum Night Watch. I think is how we run that. That is an annoying one for trying to attack into, because if we make our thing big... If we make our thing big, they get to investigate. But they are... Oh my god, I didn't even... They missed a land drop, didn't they? So, investigate could dig them out of it, but it's going to take some time for them, so I think... Yeah. Like, Crime Stopper Sprite just lets us tap down and go in, but isn't very mana efficient. So I think we swing in, and we'll Burden of Proof whatever they block, which, yep, is absolutely that. Oh, and flip it up. I forgot that it was specifically for detectives. That was... Oh, that was, sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach for a moment there. Yup. It's like, it's a detective, but it's not a detective right now. Second Granite Witness, I think, is quite lovely. I think we do offer the trade here. If they want to block the 2/2, that is a-okay. And we just pump out another 3/2 Flying Vigilance creature. The Red Herring. It's +1/+1 and is suspected. Okay. Yes, you are allowed to hit us for 3. And we will hit you back for 8. And run out the Museum Night Watch. Which I don't think blocks. Oh, and they... Oh. I'm sorry, opponent. It sucks not drawing that land. There we go. I do think we had a very good hand for being on the play, so I don't feel too terrible, but there's always part of me that's like, it sucks to just get either Flood or Screw. But that is part of the game. Okay. We're on the draw, but we do have some good 3-drops. I think we can make it work. Oh no. They're us, but they have a turn 2 play. Oh, and they've got the Investigation Curiosity enchantment. I think we run out the Projector Inspector, and we might even block. Oh, are they gonna counterspell us and suspect it? Oh, yep. We're getting got this game. Out-tempoed. Yes, they do. Now there's our own counterspell, but we've got to try and run something out on the board, I think. Haha, thou art tapped. We are in trouble. Yep, refill their hand. No blocks. The Criminologists. Darn. Okay. So we could hold up a counterspell and play one of our 3 drops. But I think... To be clear, I think we've lost, but I think what I do is I play Absolving Lamassu, get rid of the suspect on there, probably end up just attacking with the 2/2 because I don't think we do well by blocking with it. See if we can just eat the 7 this turn, and then do diligence our creatures. Probably the Absolving Lamassu gets the actual enchantment so that it can block well and hold up Reasonable Doubt the next turn. I think. I mean, very fragile, very, very likely not having a good time, but yep, especially when they stun our 2 creatures. I think that was our best chance. The Reasonable Doubt wouldn't have stopped it. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way I get out because those are tapped, so we can't do... And they're hexproof while they're tapped. So even if we could Crime Stopper Sprite to stun and block... Oh, I guess we could... We would be able to stun and block on that and chump there, but yeah. That is it. Lost in the Maze. Looks like one of those kind of goofy blue rares, I think, but the one draft I had it was pretty solid. Alrighty. Snarlin' Paper. Okay, Wrench turn 1. And we've got... Okay. It's a little awkward, but I think we can make it work. Ooh. Maybe not a turn 1 Wrench. Smoother draws. I think we ditch the island. Seasoned Consultant. A 2-drop. Dun dun dun. Oh, I do. So it's specifically a detective you control. Intriguing. Okay. Oh, and Gunzi, I did take a look at the deck that you posted yesterday, and I did not realize that I did not have a lot of Animbacals, but it does look pretty sweet, and I may, now that I've got a few more wild cards, try and do something with it. We can't Consultant equip, so I think we just Sprite for kinda no value. Yeah, it looks sweet. I also got I was doing a little bit of Mono White Humans standard ranked later in the day yesterday, and got absolutely stomped by some Boros aggro doing some kinda similar seeming stuff. So I have a lot of a lot of terror and respect for it, I think. I don't think we're blocking. The Seasoned Consultant is a little scary, but I do like blocking with the Night Watch. Oh, and Cholera. I guess it's more of a Night in the Woods streamy thing, but I did read Library of Babel. Fantastic short story, and I have thoughts about how it connects with things that I will talk about. It's one of those short stories that does a very good job of leaving you with plenty of questions to mull on. Yeah, The Library of Babel. I did not read it in the original Spanish. I'm not that good yet. Resolving Lamassu uses our mana best, then they probably don't get a card draw. Yeah, we swing in for 2 in the air. We run out the Absolving Lamassu. All of you are innocent. Until you kill me. Is that... I feel like that's entrapment, right? Trying to get yourself murdered just to charge someone with murder. Oh, the, I have no mouth and I must scream, Harlan Ellison? Yes. I have read that, I love it. Yeah. Okay, the fact that they're attacking with the Eavesdropper, I'm afraid that they do have some secret card draw. That this is going to turn face up into something. It might also just be the, it might be the Conclave one, but the fact that they aren't attacking with that... I think I do try, because this won't get bigger than 4/4 unless this is a secret combat trick. I don't love trading the Absolving Lamassu, but I think we give it a shot. Because we are on the back foot right now. Oh, what do you know? We can submit 0, and yeah, since they are on the beatdown, I don't think we want to be taking on that burden. Unfortunately, Burden of Proof only makes this a 4/4. We could give our flyer Vigilance and pump it up. We are really hurting for ways to deal with the Crowd Control Warden other than chumping. But I do think we try Profts first. See if we draw something fancy. Market Watch Phantom, okay. So we can attack with a 4/4 flyer. And still have it back on blocks. I don't think that's necessarily the best. One more land I think would make a big difference for us, but we don't have it, so stop whining about it. I guess let's do the Market Watch Phantom. Because that, I think, our best hope is that we can chump on the ground and race in the air. Okay. So they're... Okay, I was gonna say, they're kind of nervous seeming with that one. But we will take it. Just block the 7/7. Eavesdropper. My eaves have been dropped. Ah, and there goes the eidetic memory. Okay. But we do get the extra mana I was talking about. We could make this sprite real big. And I think we do that. I think we do Seasoned Consultant as a blocker. We wrench it up on the Crime Stopper sprite so that it can also block. And then we just make it a 6/6. Oh, and I guess next turn we even have the potential to be able to have it tap something down. So the question is, do I think this can flip up for extra damage? But it does have Vigilance, so I think we do both attacks, because that way they don't kill us this turn. They've got a lot of outs for this, but that gives us a chance to simply kill them next turn. Because we are absolutely losing on the ground. Not attacking with the eavesdropper. Interesting. I think we block here. It's not going to be the green belt one. Oh. You know what this probably is? This is the 3/3 Death Toucher that can get flipped up for 3 and give something indestructible. I don't think we're in threat of lethal right now. That might be stupid. They might have pump spells. Oh. If they have a pump spell, that's 10, 7 tramples over. We're dead anyway, unless we double block there, and I think that's a terrible idea, so I think that this is the flip up Death Touch, so we really don't want to block here. Oh, Vengeful Creeper, okay. So, we only have 4. Okay. But we are still alive, and we get to attack in for free and then tap something down. Jund Self-Mill with Insidious Roots and World Soul's Rage. Ooh, okay. I don't remember what World Soul's Rage... Ugh, a little bit of a tongue twister. Don't remember what it does, but I know we saw it in the draft today. Okay, we will tap on down the 7/7. And we will... Yep, we are blocking with both. Don't have something to kill us, please. Because now, even if they kill the sprite, they would have to kill the sprite and the detective, because otherwise you can... I could wrench aggressively. Weird phrase. But give it vigilance, and then tap down their blocker. I can still wrench aggressively. Or Crime Stopper Sprite. We have options. There we go. Do we have it? Gains reach, but... Oh my gosh. We had exactly what we needed. Oh! Oh, wow. Okay. By the skin of our teeth, feels like. That felt good. And yes, we avoided the Massacre Girl pitfall. We are 3 wins. That's where I like to be. Taking a quick look at World Soul's Rage. Yeah, that's the... Oh, what was her name? Cess, the Tristani's head of life, being real mad. Deals X damage to any target, put up to X land cards from your hand and or graveyard onto the battlefield tapped. Ooh, okay. Interesting. That's... cards like that, again, making me really wish that Insidious Roots triggered off of would trigger off of lands and such as well, not just creatures, because I mean, you can do a whole bunch of ramp, so that's a sweet fireball, but oh, think of how good that would be if that also triggered Insidious Roots. But yeah, no. That's I wasn't even thinking about the mana production aspect of Insidious Roots, but that also does it for all. Is it only creature tokens or just tokens in general? June. Um, I have to assume only creature tokens, because otherwise you could do some very silly things with clues. Yeah, creature tokens. Okay. But you could still do, like, you could probably even do Gleeful Demolition in that deck. Yeah. That'd do it. Ooh, this is not a creature-heavy hand, we mull. But yeah, I wonder if Gleeful Demolition would have a place. Okay, this is awkward, but ultimately doable. I think we actually ditched the Market Watch Phantom, since it hard requires white. Oh, there's the white, so kind of regretting that. Yeah, it's just, I don't know what artifacts that's going to work with, but you could probably... 3 colors is a lot, so probably not Mirax, but might be able to do the new artifact land. That's still probably bad. Oh, right! Rutstein makes things other than because he makes food. Okay. Yeah. Turn a food into 3 mana for your fireball. Mill 3, investigate. Glad to get some non-lands off the top. Oh boy. We run out the Crime Stopper Sprite and might as well collect evidence. I assume Flotsam Jetsam, yeah, that counts as 8, but I think we go for it. We'll tap down the 1/3. Guess we could have done it to the Snarling Gorehound, since it can attack through, but I also don't think I'm blocking the 1/3. Yeah, probably should have been the Gorehound. Well, in with the 2/2. Run out our 3/2 flyer, and hopefully we just race and go over their heads. Nope. Bot Farm Mortipede. Okay. So yeah, I think we run out Season Consultant, and then we attack in the air. We hold up Burden of Proof, or the Clue Crack. I would love to block the Rot Farm Mortipede. I am worried that they've got a way to make it 4/4 all of a sudden. So I think let's get rid of the Gorehound. Get rid of an engine piece. Ah, the Moroi. Definitely spooky. Ah, Drag the Canal is pretty sweet. I think we will crack the Clue. Okay. Little awkward, I guess, because I do think we want the burden of proof for being able to block the Mortipede, but we might... Actually, we might Museum Night Watch here. So that... Yeah, so we attack for 3 because it's free. Then we Museum Night Watch. And we probably try and trade the Sprite with the Moroi. Okay. Probably an alley assailant, I want to say. I think that's the most likely thing to have that they're going to be wanting to disguise out for value right now. Okay. I think we block like so. They probably have something, but they don't. Okay. Very awkward. But I do think we can try attacking in with the Granite Witness now, because we do have the second one to play out. Okay. Yep. We could have Burden of Proof there, but I think that would not have been a very efficient use of it. I think we really do want it for making something big. I think just saving the Granite Witness is not enough. Might be wrong, though. Would really love the 5th land. Oh, Coveted Falcon. Unexpected. But that would be another reason to disguise something out for value. Well, I think we're kind of forced. We try and kill it, and we try and kill the Mortipede. What have you got? You've got 5 mana. Like, I'm okay if it's just a murder or something. Okay, slice. So they get our consultant for free, which kind of sucks, but... And then do they long goodbye the Crime Stopper sprite? That doesn't actually change much other than saving their Falcon. Behind the Mask. Ah, okay. That does hurt. Probably run out the 4/5. Do we try and get aggressive, though? I don't think we do. So we do Benthic Criminologists. We pass. And then hopefully we can get Projector Inspector running. Do like the Granite Witness. I think in that case, actually what we do is we run it out face down. Then I think we... Okay, so that can't actually get big, but guess they could double block and just kill it. I think we're going to flip this over and tap down their Mortipede next turn. So yeah, let's simply not attack, much as I would like to. Oh, I guess we're tapping down their Basilica Stalker. Sick, okay. Projector Inspector, see if we get something fancy. Find Ditch the Plains. And while I would love to play it sooner rather than later, I think we want to hold off on proofing the Witness. Try and make it more of a surprise so they don't just untap, kill it, and we're boned. Which then, I guess, would indicate that we should probably put it on the Basilica Stalker to, like, really make sure. That's probably, it slows down our clock, but that is probably the safer play. Because, yeah, it's only a detective eye control that gets big, so let's try that. It's not as efficient, but it reduces the blowout potential a lot more. Reasonable Doubt, I don't think we'll probably actually get good value off of, but we could attack with the Criminologists and just accept that we're double blocking, and I think that applies a lot more pressure. No, I am not sacrificing our best creature on the board right now. Okay. What you got? Yeah, we're double blocking. Even if you exile something, you can do the Gravestone Strider, but we still kill your stuff. You do get lifelink. Okay, make your move. Seems decent. We attack with both, because they're pretty much forced to block. I think we've got this. So they have 2 lethal threats, a card that presumably doesn't do anything. Okay. Oh. There's just so much in this format that can be done that I am nervous until they die. But hey, 4 wins. Oh my goodness, my voice is going. But yeah, okay. We're cruising. So, wow, yeah. I will need to drink some, like, honey lemon tea or something. But, something that I might try at some point, I saw a lovely video, oh, I'm forgetting the creator's name, but, someone doing a, play 4 of Deep Cavern Bats and then 56 Swamps. And basically, whatever you steal with your bats becomes sort of part of your card pool for deck building and keep going until you win. I'm a sucker for deck builders. I might try something like that. I think I want to try it as is the first time, but I would also really like a variation, I think, to make it a little faster. Make it 24 swamps and then 36 spells of hand attack and like kill spells. And the stipulation is that if you use any of the hand attack or kill spells, if it actually affects something, you have to swap that card in 1 for 1. So rather than trying to build yourself into some good options, you're trying to make sure you don't build yourself into something that's unwinnable almost. But I think it's a lot snappier off the bat. Off the bat. Haha. Good joke, streamer. But might mess around with that. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Phantom? Don't know why the chat disconnected, but internet's still good. And there's that pyrotechnic performer you really like, Cholera. No value, though. That's sad. Well, I think... Well, do we tap it down, or do we just try and get him with Burden of Proof? I think we try and just get him with Burden of Proof. You don't take that block in a million years, right? Apparently you take that block in a million years. Because, I mean, that's just like optimal tempo, right? Okay. We will truck on in. And then play down a Vigilance Flyer. Got a shock? No. Cycle the Panther. Monkey could really get us. Destroy the Witness. Okay. So, Cloak 2. We can... Ooh, we can Crime Stopper Sprite and Wrench. Don't think we need the land. Guess the Sprite isn't tapping anything, but it does make our Phantom fly. And we've seen that Wrench can be quite strong. We can get some aggressive tapping in, although we probably will just run out the second Witness. Okay. Aggression. We are okay with that. Are they gonna wrath the board? No. Okay. We have lethal, right? Because we face down the Gargoyle. So now that gains flying. We crack in, and if they have something, we can flip it up. Okay. Ooh. I am curious why they took that block. Because the Phantom... I mean, that's basically, it's trading a 2-2 for a 3-2. They probably don't, I mean, from what we've seen, there's not a whole lot of reach in those colors, so it might just be trying to dodge flying down the road. But, okay. Yeah, I guess you take that if you're worried about the jumper, I suppose. Leaps. Z-step. First, you take Z-step. Okay, so tap land into consultant into inspector. We will see. I have a 1-drop, a good one no less. Not sure how we deal with that. I do think we keep that land for now. Maybe that was a mistake. I guess we did draw the island, but yeah, that's me being too laser focused on Jetsam. Crack the clue. But hey, Inspector helps us loot away our mistakes, right? And there's a gargoyle. Oh man, I've been getting ads recently for I don't actually know exactly what it is. It's something to do with like a reboot of the Gargoyle series or whatnot. And it took me the longest time to put together two and two that the Greg Wiseman, who made Gargoyles, is also the one who wrote the War of the Spark novels that hurt me on a deep, deep level. I don't know why I didn't connect those, but now that I'm getting to add a whole bunch. Okay, what? Think I double block? If it's the combat trick, we're really, really sad. But I'm okay with them killing the 3-2. Okay. Yeah. Not optimal, but I'm okay with it in this situation. And yeah, I think we just run out 3-2 Vigilance Flyer. Gargoyles is one of those series that I've heard good things about and have not brought myself to watch, and now that I know that he wrote the War of the Spark novels, I'm not sure if it's I'm going to be able to bring myself to. Okay, bind the gargoyle. Really hates my statuary. No, you attack here. You get in for one. I disagree with your choices, sir. Or ma'am. I think we absolutely Sprite. They are stuck on lands, so while I do like running out the wrench, I think we're probably better off holding up Reasonable Doubt so that we can really make them stumble. Yeah, Makeshift Binding I think is fantastic removal. I guess the, like, Lurker does... Oh, the 1-drop. The 1-drop removal spell. Darn. Making me look silly holding up the counter magic. And I don't think we float some here. We draw... Okay. Well, second turn, same as the first. I I think we hold up the reasonable doubt. But one more land and we get to Jetsam, and we're getting back at least a Museum Night Watch, which I think is pretty respectable on the current board. And a Museum Night Watch of our own, so let us sprite in the air. Another one-drop spell. Selesnya simply making us look like the greatest of goofballs. So let's Night Watch and Wrench, and now they're going to draw their land and play a 4-drop that we could counter, right? That's how this game is going. Oh, to the Hazardous Otter deck? Sick! Well, once I'm done with the draft, if you want to test it out, I would be happy to run a couple of games. Okay, we equip, I think, to the Night Watch. And... oh! But it's not a detective. That is worse than I was thinking. But we will still make the attack. I still think it's reasonable. We get to... yeah. We would get to at least 2 for 1 them. Okay. I think we kill face down and the 2/2. We can't really burden of proof for value here, which is unfortunate. But this time, surely, when we leave up the counter magic, it will be different. Another 1-drop. I do feel bad for them. They have drawn so many non-land cards. I do think we're just going to burden of proof the... yeah, I think we do that to the detective token. As opposed to the consultant. Okay, benthic criminologists. So I think we will just swing in with our 4/4. Okay. This has been awkward that we haven't been able to do more when they're stuck on 3 lands. Decline. Oh, they had to discard to hand size. Culvert Ambusher, okay. Jeez. Okay, make your move can get us back our Granite Witness, which I like. I think we're going to equip the Wrench to the Consultant. And then we can attack with everything for 12 power. And then we can be holding up... yes, that is an instant. We declined that. Then we're holding up Make Your Move and Reasonable Doubt, which I think is a pretty good spot. Opponent has a very good deck that absolutely beats us if they weren't stuck on 3 lands, I think. So that's quite unfortunate, but get a leg up. I think with the lack of reach that we've been seeing, I think that's a card that I should be looking out for a lot more when I'm drafting green. Okay, we'll get back our Witness. And Crime Stopper Sprite. We get to tap something down. Might as well tap it down very, very well. I think that's game. Yes, okay. They did fantastic with only 3 lands. I still can't believe how many 1-drops they had. There's a reason why I'm not a blue mage. I'm terrible at predicting what the opponent's about to do. Unless apparently it's undisguising things. No worries. The stream is here for enjoyment. Thank you. This is kind of an awkward hand. Because I don't think... We might actually run out a turn 2 eidetic memory, even if we don't have a creature. But... I think we're in a decent spot. MC Victory. Okay, Seasoned Consultant. Yeah, I mean, it draws us a card, and we've got other ways to get incidental value off of it. Feels bad, but... Okay, well, we'll... disguise out a witness, I guess. So disguise out, and then probably do a flip up and wrench next turn? Maybe? Give it double vigilance. Inside source, okay. Projector Inspector is nice. Yeah, so... Ooh. Actually, we do probably just Projector Inspector and get the eidetic memory going. Because if we do that, we're attacking for 4 in the air, and we're not going to actually be able to block the Consultant all that well. Or the Furtive Courier, so yeah, I think we need to just try and... I think we ditched the Archive. And we'll put it on the Witness, no attacks. Then next turn we can potentially equip and flip up or do another Witness. We've got options. And doing that, flipping it up, draws us a card. Okay, get the Inspector. Okay, shut down the memory. I think we kill the inside source. I think is going to be the scariest thing for us. Just because of how difficult it makes other combat math. I think I'm going to wrench equip, attack, and then on their turn I flip up into the Gargoyle and tap down their 3/2. I think that shuts down their aggression the most, while still doing a decent job of making us spooky. Tap it down. Because now this is a much less threatening attacker. Well, I don't like that. So they've got the +2/+2 spell. No thank you. Okay. I think we attack and then probably criminologists. Okay. And criminologists, because criminologists can then block the 2/2 even with the spell at the very least. We could sacrifice the wrench to draw a card, but that's at the beginning of combat on our turn, so not a good move for it. But yeah, I guess since that's already got vigilance, but we could then also give vigilance to our criminologist, which I think a 5/6 vigilance. Well, a 1/1 vigilance is certainly less exciting. Guess it would be 2/2, but yeah. So, no attacks. I absolutely would have jumped there, so interesting. I think we attack, and we're holding up Wrench while also playing out one other creature, or the Wrench tap. And I think... So, Museum Nightwatch is a lot better on blocks, because it trades up. I'm a lot more comfortable blocking with it, but the second Witness threatens lethal next turn. So I think that's probably the better move. Countering and suspecting. We will pay. It does shut down our wrench. If they attack all out, we block. Okay. Not the one I would have bounced. But it does put us on the back foot. Okay. So here, I think we... So, we attack. We Museum Nightwatch. And then do we tap? Actually, no. We're just dead, aren't we? Because we can only deal with 2 of their creatures, and we can't tap 2 of them. Oh! No, that still wouldn't have worked, because we would have been 1 mana short of getting out the other creature. No, okay. So I screwed that up. What I should have done, this is in retrospect, I could have... Yeah, Suspect can't block. What I could have done, though, this is where I screwed up. I could have disguised out the Granite Witness, and then I could have flipped it up to tap down their Hotshot Investigators. That would be total 5 mana, and we would have had 3 left over for the Wrench to tap down their 3/2, which then the Witness could block, and this wouldn't be a 3/3. But as it stands, by giving it 3 power, because yeah, we can only deal with 2 of their things. So we take... Yep, okay. Whew. Yeah. I was like, oh, you know, because Museum Nightwatch blocks better. Should have taken the extra time to think that through. Amaz. Well, this is final game either way, and then we get to see how the otters are going. Okay. We have a turn 2 play. It's a little awkward, but I think we do that, and then we get... Oh, actually, that's a much better turn 2 play. So we Consultant, and then we probably do Exit Specialist, and then we can do Diligence Beats. Actually, we'll do a Gargoyle. No attacks. Would love some more land for this hand, but we can hopefully do some pretty effective beating. This is a very synergistic white-black deck. Amaz is a name that is ringing a bell for me. I think Hearthstone, but I could very easily be wrong. I'll need to look later. We would love those lands, because then we could market watch and flip up Gargoyle next turn. Ooh, another Phantom. Okay, well, in that case, I think we attack with the 3/5 Vigilance and see what they do. If they... Okay. I like that. I assume they're going to flip it up, and then we can Burden of Proof and kill both the things. Does leave them a detective, but... I mean, this is a very, very vulnerable consultant, but... if they don't just have hard removal for it... and we still got some good value out of it. Case of the Shattered Pack. How much do you want to bet they get a swamp, and then they murder? Okay, not instantly murdering, but... wow, yeah. Lack of land hurts. I think we just flip up the Granite Witness. And attack. Let's tap down the Phantom so that it can't jump in front of our Witness. I'm sure that the Consultant is getting murdered here. No. Okay. Market walk. Wow, that's number 3? No blocks. Okay. Whew, 4th land feels good. We'll probably run out a Museum Night Watch. I think we just rumble in. So, Seasoned Consultant has become the Abyss. Okay, you get to exile something, and know what we've got going on. I assume probably... okay, wrap it on up. And that is, I think, first 7 wins of this draft format. Blue-white Tempo-y detective goodness. Hooah! Yes, the Hot 7 got the trophy. Shrouded Shepherd. Huh. That actually... I haven't seen this card before, but the adventure there seems actually reasonably competitive. But heck yeah, 7 wins. Sick! Making up for the Massacre Girl loss streak, and we saw the Massacre Girl, we didn't take her, things are fine, so now we know. Alrighty. So, we've got probably another 10-20 minutes if you would like to run a couple of games with that Otter deck, Cholera. I think you'll get to try it out against this top-tier Roots deck. I was looking at a couple of other folks the ways that they were building routes. Um, a lot of things were pretty similar with like the Willowgeist, Rebel Belt, Maverick. Um, no other Eaten Alives. Not a lot of other folks playing removal in that slot. Yes, it is with the World Soul and whatnot, but it's a powerful card. I'm glad to see so many people going, yo, this is a card that can do things. Um, and there's so many different ways that I've seen it getting built. I love the Fireball Monodorky angle. Um, I think it was Croakies I saw running a Zoni on the top end, which, I don't know, a Zoni is an objectively powerful card. I think she's slow and not really the best enabler for it. Don't know. I did appreciate a couple of other folks running Argoth for the free mill and whatnot. It's an interesting card. I'm very excited to see using Cemetery Gatekeeper. Oh, the I forget what effect it gets, but the exile and does something with the card type. Oh, Gatekeeper. Oh, the red one. Is it just not liking Gatekeeper? Gatekeeper. Cemetery. What in the world? What are my filters? Oh, because it defaulted to alchemy? I thought it would have been finding it in the standard one. Oh. It zots them. Okay. Fun, fun. That seems pretty sweet. Because, yeah, you're not actually you're not playing them a whole lot. You're just trying to exile stuff for the most part, so that's a pretty good race. The Desecrator, no, that's a different one. Kessig Wolf Rider. Yeah, Jund is just good, right? Wolf Rider, exile 3 cards from the graveyard. Okay. Yeah, that, I don't know. It's, I think that's probably slow, but, you know, I think that's, I like it. Even if I'm not fully convinced, I like it. And yeah, Jund is just good. Um, oh, we got Bloodbraid recently, right? I forget what format. So not Explorer. Timeless? Okay, Timeless. Okay. I do want to look at playing Timeless because I think that's probably, you know, it's feels a little more modern-esque, but not running super high on the wild cards until I get set completion on Karlov Manor. Every time I want to say Markov Manor, I don't know why, but Triple M is just probably a bit too much, isn't it? Oh, actually, I should pop that draft into my little draft calculator. So that was 6 rares. So P06, and that was 7 wins, 2 losses. 6 sick. So 57% win rate on the draft format so far, and currently paying 39 gems per pack. Seems like a screamin' deal.
You have 2 ranks, one for
Thank you much, Cholera.
and one for limited.
Oh, hello, Sparky.
Your constructed rank is affected by ranked games, while your
And
limited
one of
rank
these
is
days,
tied to
we'll get the
tasks
trophy
and
with an
field
assassin's
events.
trophy.
And
Okay.
this is where you'll find options on
Except-
how to customize your look. You can also choose your avatar.
Let's see if we can strangle cute otters with creeping roots. Now I feel like a bad person. Alrighty. Good luck, have fun, Cholera. Desperately trying not to commentate. Ooh. Limited All-Star Jewel Thief. I remember back in my day when we paid 2 and a green for a 3/3. Centaur Courser. That was it. No vigilance, no trample, no soft ramp. Ooh, okay. I have been blessed. Not in a way I would like to be blessed, but I have been blessed. Ooh, and it... okay. It also puts a counter on stuff, which gives you fun triggers. Nice. I do love when commons are so threatening. Lots of non-creature in the graveyard. Awkwardly enough. Counterspell? Oh, is this the mutation? Yeah! Sick! That's fantastic. It's still highlighted. It's, whenever your graveyard, okay. The Goose Mother? Hyonk hyonk. Otters and geese, oh my. Locking down my little old man Willow. Lesson stuff back. Save myself a life point. Watch my willow grow. Okay. Inscription. Okay. Them's fighting words. Not looking good for me. Alright. That won't do it. So I think I have to try that. And then hope desperately. The first otter! I don't even get the life gain. The way you've built this up reminds me a lot of the Sorensen Tempo, I think it's called, that has made ground in Gladiator. But I think I shall simply pass it to you. Do your worst. How big is that otter going to be? A clean execution? Alright. Very nice. But no, that is a very good construction of it, I think. Because yeah, pretty much you've got very powerful threats, you've got a lot of creatures that are also spells, hence all of the Eldraine. And yeah, everything you're doing is very tempo-y. Every spell you're doing is doing something to grow your creatures, and doing something to make my board much worse. So, fantastic. I felt like I had a boot on my throat pretty much that entire game. Ooh, Selesnya Horde deck. Okay. Gotta be afraid of the 1 mana, give it +1/+1 for every other creature you've got. Alrighty. Good luck, have fun, once again. Oh no, not the roots. I'm getting flashbacks. Disguise. I have no clue what it is. Really and truly. Might be... I could see it being the centaur, I suppose. Hmm. A maverick? Then what to grab? Probably that. That is incredible how quickly this deck is able to pop out a board if it's allowed to do its thing. I mean, that is turn 3. Jeebus. The Bunnicorn! I love the Bunnicorn so much. And good old Ranger class, I miss it. How dare I not have creatures in my graveyard? Most inconvenient. The second Bunnicorn, oh dear. I'm only just now realizing that it makes a horse noise, and I'm betting that's because it's part unicorn, isn't it? Some mighty large plants. Okay. Ah, surprise bunny growth. Good game. Your deck put out a lot very quickly. Triple roots is, I think, kind of the nut draw. So, if you'd like, I think I can do one more game before I need to get working on some of the other stuff and then getting ready for coming back for Night in the Woods, but I'll be down for one more if you would like. Alright. Ranger class is just such a sweet card. Alrighty. Fancy. The early Bunnicorn. I think I do like so. And this is perhaps one of the worst things that I've had to say in a while. Going to eat your Bunnicorn alive? That feels monstrous. I've never had horse meat. Don't think I've even had rabbit, but the combination makes me feel... Ugh. I think I'm a bad person. Sure thing. Zendikar. Oof. Big ramps. There we go. Oh no. Beautiful. Just when I thought I was in the clear. All right. That is a good disguise creature to have. But I shall bear my soul before you. Haha. Did it? Oh goodness. It killed an automaton. I mean, I've seen bears go to town on lunchboxes and whatnot. Wolf versus bear, who will win? Inspector. think the inspector works pretty well if you've got, oh, Gateway Express, okay. Creatures. I think it works pretty well if you've got, some of the, like, Thousand Moon stuff, since it also counts artifacts. I think could do some gorgeous things. Intriguing. All right. Should actually, I haven't been paying attention to how many cards I have in my library. Knight Errant. No. A whiff on one. Snag that back. Then go here, and I think that's game. There we go. Ooh. Good games, Cholera. That's I feel like I probably didn't get to see the Selesnya deck get to its full potential, but the Otter deck, I think, looks absolutely fantastic, and I'm sure you've got some fun secrets still hiding in that one. But, for today, I'm going to call it for Magic, so I can go be working on video production and all the other stuff that I'm working on. But, had a fantastic draft, got to see some very fun decks, and I had a blast, and I hope that everyone who tuned in and watched also had a great time. So, thank you to everyone for tuning in. I will be back at 2 p.m. PST, working on more Night in the Woods. Can't tell, I feel like this might be the final day, but there might be a little bit more, not 100% sure. In any case, if I don't see you later, have a fantastic rest of your day, and if I do, looking forward to it. Alrighty, thank y'all, bye!